nowadays I am know that pronunciation that they also then you identify my mistake that you need to work. So
Mm-hmm.
can everyone tell me that how we can uh, make good pronunciation? That no pronunciation is very important to if you are talking to someone to understanding. Yeah, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
my question is that how we can improve our pronunciation.
Yeah. Okay. How can we improve our pronunciation? This is the question from your side. And
Yes,
Nabil,
brother.
I think, yeah. Okay. Nabil, to answer,
Yeah. Yeah, if you talk
you
about
can.
pronunciation, so I think you have to listen. First thing is you have to listen in a way, and the second thing, when we speak, you can see a bit of influence in our native language. When we speak English, suppose if your native language is Tamil, so I tell you one thing that if North Indian speak English, and if you compare North Indian to Southern Indian, so you find that Southern Indian, their pronunciation and accent is bit of thick, because we can see our influence of our native language in their English. So that is the thing. And the first thing is, I think, which is really helpful, you can use tongue twister. It is really helpful because some words, some sounds is not available in our Hindi language, which is available in English. So if you use tongue twister, it is really helpful for your pronunciation. And you can use Google pronunciation. You can use it. You can listen sometimes to 20 to 30 times, and then you can repeat it, because there is no any specific thing you can do. You use tongue twister, you can listen native speaker, and you can practice it. That's it.
Yeah,
Brother,
exactly.
what's a
Yes,
tongue
Ibrahim.
twister like?
You can just
Could
type
you
it
tell
on
me?
Google, tongue twister in English. So you can find it some tongue twister easily, and then you can repeat it, you can listen, and you can repeat it.
Brother,
Mm-hmm.
as I so I provided, so there is people say that AIP something like that, international, global something, and they said two types language assets like American and Britain's. Yeah.
Yeah.
So brothers, just like no that
Two types of,
I'm pronunciation know that American accents and Britain accents.
yeah, exactly. British and
Yes,
American.
brother. So, if I am working on the pronunciation, so what I should do say now? Yeah. So, mm, mm, uh,
Mm-hmm.
brother, if I'm speaking that, so where, which pronunciation we should we work on that? Yeah, we should we learn on the Britain accent or American that we can those are two
Okay.
types.
First of all, we are Indian, we also have our own accent. So there is also Indian accent, British accent, and American accent. So if you will talk about on which accent you need to rely, it is all up to you. It is all up to your requirement. Okay. And if you will talk about if you only want to work in India, you don't want to go outside, or it's okay if you don't want to like learn any other accent. Just work on your simple Indian accent. And accent is nothing. Firstly, you have to work on your pronunciation. When it comes about pronunciation, so also the pronunciation of American, British, and Indian, we we don't have exact the same pronunciation. A little bit different. Just like if we have to say girl, so in American they will say girl. I mean, not exactly the I'm telling, but the pronunciation is this girl. And in India and sometimes also in British, we just drop L R. We just drop R like girl. If you have seen, whenever we say sir, sometimes some people say sir. I mean they drop R at the last. Okay, so it is an Indian accent, and also we just because we were have a British colonization in our India when we were unindependent. Okay, at that time, that's why we have a little bit touch of British accent or British pronunciation, and American is a little bit different from British and Indian. Like in Indian we had to say examination. Okay, examination, but in American examination, and also in British they say like this. So if you want to command on any accent, work for pronunciation. And the best part that Nabil told, what can you do? You can use your Google Assistant. Nowadays, Google Assistant is the best tool. You know why? Just because you don't have to write anything, only you have to just say, hey Google, and tell me the pronunciation of examination. Now tell me the pronunciation of examination in American accent or in British accent or in Indian accent. So it will directly tell you, or you can directly set your language which you prefer. Like if you want to learn American, you can choose US English, okay? And if you want British, you can choose UK. And the same Indian is normal. Or just go for Cambridge or Oxford Dictionary on Google, put that word, which word you want to know the pronunciation, you will easily get the sound, of that particular word, that how to pronounce. So this is how you can practice, and this is the way that you have to practice. Apart from it, what can you do? You have to listen a lot of people. You can listen Indian people, you can listen British people, and you can listen American people. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Whether you want to learn American, British, or Indian, everything is right. Okay, but choose your own choice. Like, if you will speak too much in a, like.
Okay, maybe Dhruv is not there. Actually, I would like to say something about accent. First thing is you are working on your own accent, natural accent. It is more better for you. You are not trying to change your accent, your UK or US accent. But the thing is, you are able to understand every accent. Like if you talk about UK accent or US accent, you have to know it. You have to know it. You have to listen it easily, because sometimes you can talk another people who from US or UK or Ireland or Australia or any other different countries. So you have to understand them. So you have to listen a lot. That's why you can figure it out. But you are not trying to change your accent. You just go for your natural accent, but you have to work on your pronunciation. If you improve your pronunciation and you just make your accent like a standard accent, which is easily accessible in all the world, means when you get a chance to talk in US guy or UK guy, so you can communicate them, it's okay. And no one, I literally tell you, if you talk any UK or US guy, they are not supposed to that you are talking like their accent. Because if a guy who from US and who he speak Hindi, so we are not supposed to that he talk Hindi like us in our accent. They speak Hindi in different accent and we are easily accepted. We say, okay, you speak Hindi, it's okay, but there is no necessity to use our own Indian accent, Indian Hindi accent. But we can easily understand it same like us, same like them. They can easily understand our accent. They have no any problem. But we have to change bit of our pronunciation, and we have to speak bit of not more, bit of speed, bit full of speed. Means you don't use lots of fillers or any other things. You just speak like a smoothly way. Yes.
Just I have only one little question. Brother, just your presentation is good at everyone is talking. So what's I don't know. I think IPA. Have you heard that? Anyone?
What did you just say?
Maybe that I wrong because I'm not too much remember. IPA something like that, international. So they said
Okay.
that you have to learn that. It's if you will learn that, it's make your pronunciation is better. So when I
I think
watched, yeah, carry on,
I think
please.
just go. Do not go on. Just higher level quickly. I
ये
think
वाला भी करो, ये वाला.
just start with the basics things.
अरे वो नहीं
I
है.
sorry.
Somebody say in Hindi then.
What's IPA?
Yeah, IPA
Hello.
is a international phonetics alphabets, because we say A
Yeah,
for
Okay,
A,
okay,
B
okay.
for B, C for C. If you can get Google IPA, so you can
They'll
easily
say
get
A
it.
for alpha, right?
Right, because if you talk about A, so there are three sounds who comes from A. If A comes before vowel and after consonant, so it is depends on the rule. So you can work on it, but I think it is not useful more than, because you have to just listen. If you listen regularly, good native speaker, so you can build your speaking ability spontaneously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and in starting you need to use your own accent. first, and after that you can execute all the things whatever you listen, and that will be really helpful. Don't worry about that, like if what will people think and what will they say. Just focus on whatever you speak in a starting, and after that you can try to use your you know your level best in order to build your communication skills and pronunciation. And I would like to suggest you a app. There is a app in Play Store. I know about that. I didn't use, but I think that will be helpful for you. And that is called, I think, Duolingo. And I'll drop that in uh, WhatsApp group. So you will find their little sentences, and they will tell you by pronouncing. So that's how you can learn the things. I'll drop that app in a WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone have any other problem or questions? Actually, I just got exhausted my data, so that's why I had an internet problem at that time. But now it's okay. It's fine. Okay. So anyone have any question? Any more
I think,
question? Yeah, Kajol.
no, I was just saying that, they just told about the pronunciation, and Namili is right that first we should listen the words actually. So we should focus on
Mm-hmm.
listening. But, after listening, we also have generate some habits of reading, I think, and when we are reading, speak loudly. So it helps us to pronounce the word. When we are don't when
Yeah.
we don't use to open our mouth, then we are unable to speak, because when we read something, so it's running on our mind only. But when we speak, when we open our mouth, it's just different. So I think, we should
Mm-hmm.
also start reading the books, newspaper, whatever you want. I think it is very helpful for us also with listenings. Listening is very important part, because listening helps us to, how we pronounce those words. And reading is help us to, to open our mouth actually. So I think that's my.
Exactly. Sure, sure. Whatever you have listened, and so where you will use, either you can use it in your speaking, but before speaking, you need a lot of practice for that. So that you can do, either you can speak with yourself or you can read. So the same word you will get to know again and again, and that is how anyone can just speak louder that word, and it is also a great way to better our pronunciation. And that's good. That's pretty good. And I think one people have audio problem. That's why he's not able to listen us, and even he's not able to communicate with us. But okay, rest of the people can. Okay, Vijay, unmute yourself, bro. Vijay,
Hello.
yeah, you are audible.
Oh, that's great. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, so, what you need me to speak about anything?
yeah, you can speak about anything today. From tomorrow, I will give a topic, so you can talk about that topic.
For example, many people have suggested me before 6 months
Mm-hmm.
when I was not able to form even a single sentence that
Mm-hmm.
English you can learn, that grammar is not mandatory. Grammar without grammar also you can learn English. You can speak fluently. Yes, I agree with them. But without grammar, if you start learning English, then it will take too much time, more than the expected time. Means they give the example of a small child. For example,
Mm-hmm.
small child when he takes birth, he listens and he speaks. It might take years for a person without grammar. But with the help of grammar, if you can learn English within a very short span, with short period of time. For example, 5 to 6 months. I
Mm-hmm.
am giving my example. that before 6 months I was not able to form even a single sentence, but constantly 4 months I have worked on my grammar and sentence formation in the paper, in the paper.
Yeah.
From last 2 months I have started speaking English. So if you learn through grammar, then if you make a mistake, I can rectify you, because you know grammar, I know grammar, and I know the formulas where to place was, where is mr. If you don't know grammar, if you do a mistake, then I will find it difficult to make you understand about what is wrong and what is right. This is my
Yeah.
perception.
Okay, Vijay. So how did you learn the grammar? What do you want to say about that? How
Grammar,
did you learn?
YouTube, free of cost.
Okay, all
You,
right.
hmm,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Anyone wants to ask anything from Vijay, or anyone want to comment on the point of view of Vijay? Anyone can.
I I, I want
Yeah.
to ask Dhruv that I want to ask that can one can improve his English by watching Hollywood movies like something?
Hmm.
See,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, of course.
improving your it's generally improving your word stock. But I think, if you are if you really want to really want to, good in speaking, so I think the first thing that you are listening and use those words on, while you're speaking. So I think
Hmm.
speaking is also important part. It's not about that you just saw the movie and you just learn those English. I don't think so. It's easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a process. You can learn a very much. You can learn many things from that movie. But if you don't start talking with people, so I think it never works, I think.
Okay.
So
It
All
is
right.
useless.
Siddharth.
Brother, that no, as Pawan said, but I heard that I advice I taken. So they said no, they don't need to too much to grammar. Maybe that Pawan disagree or agree. They will share our opinion. So Pawan, that my question that lots of people say that you don't need too much to read the grammar. That no, when you will go to read the grammar, that will take too much time and understanding. So what do you think about this?
Okay, I would like to say something regarding to grammar.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what happened, because we always think about time. We think that I wanna become a good speaker English in a short time. That is the worst part. We think if you learn language, it's not happen overnight. You have to give some time, and you can improve day by day, every day. Suppose now your level is 10 or 20, so after 1 years later your level will be around 70. So on after 1 year later, you don't think about that. Now you don't have to grow yourself. You always think about grow yourself, because there are lots of vocab, there are lots of idioms or anything's available. You can learn it daily basis, so you don't think about it first thing. And grammar, and if you talk about grammar, so I know some people, some teachers, they are grammar teacher, but they are not express themselves in English. So grammar is, you are not supposed to think that if you learn, if you mug all the grammar rules, then you can speak English very well. It's a hogwash. You can't supposed to it. But yeah, you can learn grammar, because English is not our first language. Then you can go. But first thing is, you have to change your atmosphere. You have to change
Mm-hmm.
your content in English. Means when you read something, when you write something, when you listen something, when you watch something, you just go in English. If and the second thing, how do you learn your grammar? Like if you learn grammar through Hindi, means if you talk about YouTube videos, so there are many teachers who learns grammar, but in Hindi way, so it is not gonna helpful. So if you learn grammar, so you learn grammar English to English, not Hindi to English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kajal.
not
I
saying
have a
Yeah,
anything.
Vinny,
question.
you can speak.
Yeah, I have a
Mm-hmm.
question. Like whenever we
Yeah.
write something or write a commit to any post, we write a sentence very well. But when it's the time of speaking to someone, we can't recall a vocab or a good formation of sentence. So how can we improve? Uh, get rid of it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something
I
on
think,
that?
I think, yeah, yeah, Vijay, sure. I think, this
No,
question
if
have
there is
been asked so
shortage of
many
time.
times in, in, in our session. And so the
Hmm.
according to me, the only thing we need a lot of practice. You have to speak a lot with other people. don't think too much, otherwise you will stuck. But if you want, record yourself. That method we are applying on our Telegram sometime, okay? Or you can just speak with yourself, then try to think too much. But whenever you are speaking in front of people, try to speak in a fluent way, whether you are making mistake or not. And after that talk, you can self-analyze yourself. Okay, did I made a mistake, or did I forget something? So in next conversation you can add, but it needs a lot of practice with real people to talk. And this is the simple method according to me. Yeah, Vijay, you can.
Hmm. So the problem is that while writing on the paper we know everything, but while speaking we get blank, we get nervous, we fumble. Why? The reason we don't use it. As just Dhruv said that we can practice, and with the help of practice we can improve. What I used to do in my days before 2 months, whenever whenever I used to find any phrases or sentences, for example, simple, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Are you in your senses? Are you out of mind? It's none of your business. Four sentences. If I noted down from the internet, then I used to take down in a paper, and I used to keep that paper in front of mine, and I used to use that things in a buddy talk application while talking. For example, by watching that paper, what's wrong with our government? Are they in your senses? Are they out of mind? They are not taking the right decision to. This is a practice you can use while talking. For example, even on the next lecture, next session, when you attend this section, you can use many words which you have found useful, because there is a one saying in English: if you don't use it, you lose it. So
Yeah.
if you use it, you don't lose it. And there is one more saying that insight in mind means आपके सामने है तो आपकी जुबान में भी वही रहेगा. So you have to use it. Only that's the way. So that's the reason. After completing 4 months in basic grammar, I'm not talking about indirect speech, direct speech, figures of speech. Basic grammar. Within 2 months, I started speaking very fast, because I know at the exact place where to place the word, where not to place the word. So I do less mistakes with the help of grammar. But yes, without grammar also you can learn, but it will take time.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So
Yes,
I think
I completely
Vinny
agree with him.
got the answer.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on, Om.
Yeah, but most of the students do that.
Proceed.
They focus on learning, and they do not try to implementing it in on daily life.
Yeah.
Like we say that.
And that's why
first we
we are
have to
good at
learn.
writing. Just because since our birth, what we do, we write on WhatsApp, Facebook, on comment box, sometimes also in pen and paper. But we never used to speak. So only just because of lack of practice.
Yeah, and in schools we also learn every day, but we don't try to speak those sentences in our real life, real life.
Yeah.
So that was the problem.
Exactly. Okay, Om.
Yes. Practice is very much compulsory if you want to improve your English. That's what I was talking.
Okay.
And
All right.
also reading lots of book. And also reading lots of book will also help. You can do one thing which I do. I download some of English videos, and after that I make the sound playback sound little lower, so that I can revise those sentence whatever they are telling, and this way I can improve myself in a much better and faster way.
Yeah, and this is one of the most effective method
Suppose
for every single people. This is one of the most effective method that Om is doing. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, when we do such kind of exercise, then you will also improve your English, and also you will able to know that how they are forming the sentences. I don't think grammar is not required so much, but practice is much important. If you practice harder, then definitely you will get it.
Yeah, like people, if you are listening, you are reading, you are already get to know what to use with I. There you will read it. There have been written that with I there is them. I'm going, or they are going, or they are doing some work. So this is how, whether we have read any grammar book or not, now we know that we have to use are with they. And I think this is only the basic grammar that we need to know. And after, like, speaking well, if you want to work in any companies, or if you want to give your interview, or if you want to go for any job, then definitely you need to be a good at grammar. That will create impact on the eyes of interviewer and on your boss. Okay, so it will be help you there. So this is what we can do in
Yes,
terms of
yes,
grammar, and we don't need to worry about too much about that. It's okay, it's fine. Take a simple
yes,
example of kid.
yes,
When they are at the age of 3, at the age of 2, did they know any grammar? No one. Even just take an example of any older people. They know how to speak Hindi. They even can't write, can't, some people even they can't read. So if they can't read, they can't
yes,
write, and they also don't know about what is actual the grammar thing in Hindi. Even if you will talk about me, I also don't know in my mother tongue. And I think it is also happens with every people. Just because we have only learned how to speak, then we learned in school that how to read and how to write all those things. So same we can listen a people, we can read something. So this is how we can learn faster, according to me. And one, Shivam has asked one question, so I want to answer him at that time. Does movie actually help us to improve our English language? So according to me, like, best option than movie is series, TV series. You know why? Just because it is not too much time consuming. In movies, what happens, that movies is more than 1.5 hour, okay, and that you can't watch in a single go. I mean, if you have lot of time, you can watch it, but only you will able to watch one single movie. You won't able to watch every single day one and one movies, and it will take you more and more time. And also in movies there are so much action, so that's why we, just because we are focusing on our language, so we, that will not help you to enhance your English language if you are watching any action or people are beating each other. Only one thing help you, if they are speaking with each other. This point will help you, and if you are too much engaged in that conversation, that can use in your daily life. And but if you are going for TV series, just watch any TV series that you like. Friend TV series, Big Bang. There are so many TV series. In that TV series, for entire 20 to 25 minutes, they continuously talk to each other, and that word you can use in your daily life through those TV series, and that will help you how to talk in an actual real life. It is very easy to talk about any topic, but the same thing, if you will go to just try it. If you will try to use on a daily thing, like whatever we are doing, sometimes we will stuck. We will think, oh, I don't have actually particular word for that sentence. So if you are going to watch any movies, any TV series, I will definitely prefer any TV series. Movies you can watch in a week or in a month if you are interested. That is also good, just because you like. But TV series you can watch every single day, just for 22 to 25 minutes. Note that particular sentence. I'm not talking about word. Particular sentence that you like and that you can use. And gradually you will have so many sentences, so many vocab that we can use in our conversation. So definitely that helps a lot. That's because it contains watching, listening, and everything. You have to also use in your speaking. So definitely it has a lot to improve, according to me.
Okay. Does English songs also help us to improve our English?
Yeah, English songs help you to improve your pronunciation, your fluency.
Accent.
It won't. If you, like, sometime we have a problem whenever we are speaking, or maybe a fluency problem or a pronunciation problem, so listen that
Mm.
song again and again and try to sing with that singer. And song is the best method to improve your pronunciation. It will help you too much to improve your fluency and pronunciation.
Okay, I
English
would
song.
like to
And
say
in this way,
something according
we
to
also know
material.
some. Mm.
Yeah, I think songs is better, but I think the best thing I found, which is podcast. If you just move yourself from songs to podcasts, so you can listen podcasts because they use some vocabs, they use real talk, they use conversation, so it is really helpful. And not only for English, you can earn some knowledge from through them, so you can do it. And if you talk about speaking skills, spoken English, so you can also work little bit of intonation and word stress. It is also matters when you talk, so it matters because some you can say you are okay, and you also say you are okay, means you are not say are you okay, you just say you are okay. So if you stress different kinds of word in different times, so you can just put a question in affirmative way, so it is also a way of it.
Yeah.
And the best part I found, and it is really helpful, which is think in English. If you make your mind, if you work on thinking in English, it is gonna be really worth it. If you just commit yourself that in my mind I never think in my native language, whatever I think I just think in English, whether I think wrong or right, but I have to think in English, and you make a habit, it's gonna be really change it, it's completely change the scenario of your language.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Okay, Murali, unmute yourself and just take your 1.5 minutes and speak about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. Myself Murali Krishna. So actually, I faced some issue regarding this speaker. So I just I found the issue and I resolved it. Just now, I can hear you. And generally, I'm doing actually currently I'm working in some testing as a software engineer as testing. So actually my purpose is to join here is like to enhance my improvements whenever when I joined in actually recently I have joined in my company. So it was at a starting stages it was very difficult to speak with the clients who are actually who are at higher positions than me, like my project manager or clients or some other team guys. So I'm looking for some of the looking for different kinds of I used to prepare myself to improve myself, but what I'm lacking is like when I speak, so someone has to correct me and someone has to trying to push me to get myself to improve. So that's what I need. So for that I am searching for in different portals and all things. Finally I got this website and I just joined today. It was very nice to see and nice to hear in from all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right. Shivendra, unmute yourself and take your 1 minute to speak whatever you want to speak.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Yeah.
I'm Sivan Tomar, and I am from Madhya Pradesh. So I have not any question now, but I have one question. We are how and which sentences using shall, because I am very confused in confuse this sentence. Sorry, word shall. So because I think American English is not involved shall, right? So you can tell me about shall use in India's people speak in English. So you can tell me.
Okay, the simple answer about it, you can use anything like it is a part of future tense. Okay, we use if we will go according to grammar, we have to use I and we, then we have to use shall. Rest of the subject we can use will. But if you have to more emphasize that particular word, so you can change. You can use I, we, will, and then rest of the subject you can use shall. But it is nowadays all up to you. Nothing is wrong if you are just going for speaking. Okay, so you are free to use. But if you want, you can use we shall, I shall, but he will, you will. Okay, this is a basic
But
difference, and don't need to confuse about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
in
but you know
in
that
spoken
now.
English,
Yeah, Vicky.
you can use I, will, and shall with any subject, no matter. But
Yeah,
when it comes to interrogative sentence, means prashnavachak, then you will have to use shall, uh, first shall, and after shall, you will have to use I, either we.
Shall I or shall we? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but if you
Bro,
talk about shell, I wanna
we
talk.
can use will.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
tell you one thing, that in modern English, no one is using shall. If you talk about American English, they never pronounce, they never speak. But yeah, you can read shall. You can just read shall in a formal books or any formal letters. You can found with shall. But if you talk about speaking skill, no one is using shall, because it's a very old word, you can say, because
Yeah.
in Britishers they use. That's why we are using shall. I and we can go for shall. But now in present time, you can use will everywhere and it is acceptable, and even though you can write also shall. But if you talk about some circulation or government orders or any Shakespeare kinds of books or Wordsworth kinds of books, then you can find a shall. Otherwise in written way you
Yeah.
are not found
You
shall.
can use.
Yeah, you can just go
You
for
can
will.
use.
It is very easy for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now,
Hardeep, now we have only 1 minute, so you can make your point whatever you want.
Bro, I want to say that you can also substitute shall or will with would. You can also use would as you use will or shall, because in modern English sometimes people use would as a substitution of will also, because it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but
some it's
if you
show
have
some
to speak,
it's some.
yeah, if you have to speak something in polite way, then you can use would.
Yeah,
Good.
but
Yeah, and
so
if there is a possibility,
it can
then
be
you can
used
use.
as
Actually, would is used in present
so
way
it
and will
always
is used
show
in future way. If you say I will be there after 1 hour, so you can use will. But you can say I would be there, so it's the means of you are talking about present. If you talk about present, then you can use would, not for future. You